It is, of course, 7:30. It's Monday night, and of course, it's a Tilton Talk show coming to you live via Zoom from certain parts of this country and also from abroad tonight. We've got a very special guest with us tonight. We'll introduce you to him very shortly, but in the meantime, good evening, Mr. Paul Hipkiss, a.k.a. Mr. Sheen.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, Mark, a.k.a. Mr. Robe.
Hello, everybody.
A very good evening from me. Good evening from Mrs. Brown.
Good evening.
And on our Leighton Webster fan cam this week, we've got the lovely Linda Magna.
Woo, 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 woo. Who are ya? Who are ya?
And ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. This is what we do at the Tilton Talk show, all the way from Calgary in Canada. The one and only legend, 6 foot 47.5 inches, Kevin Francis. Who are ya?
I'll take it.
How are you, Kev?
I'm not bad, but yourself?
Superb to have you on the show tonight, mate. We've been after this one for a very long time, I must admit. I think me and Chris were talking about you about 3, maybe 4, 5 years ago. Only now with the help of that great guy, Craig Courtney, who does so much work for us in the background that we get through all these amazing guests. And this year has been exceptional. Now, we've got some sad news coming out of our camp tonight, ladies and gents. And Chris, I know that you want to specifically, purposely pay this tribute.
Well, yeah, it's really sad. Chap called Darren Phillips, who was a big blues fan. One of the first people me and Gabby ever interviewed on our SRB sadly passed away over the weekend. So it's quite hard, is it? So it's condolences to his family and friends, and we're all thinking of him. There you go.
Awful sad news. Awfully sad news. And there's been 2 or 3 pass away this last week, and condolences to them as well. It's just, you know, when you think about these people and they're never going to go back down the blues again, and that's the bit that really grips. That bit that really grips. Right, okay. So no home football to talk about this week, apart from a couple of England games, which we might muster on a little bit later. Who knows? Who cares? We're going to say hello to the lovely Linda Magna from the Blues Trust.
Hello there. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Very nice of you to sneeze halfway through the introduction.
That is me all over. It's my show, isn't it?
So we've got a Linda sneeze and a Carol Burr. Great to see a picture of Carol L of the Scarf Lady on the internet over this weekend, and she's doing well. Thanks to Tracy Hemmings for putting that up.
Fantastic.
And lovely to see a picture again. And you never know, we might see her down the blues one day. Hopefully soon. Right, what a horrible football season it's been. Kev, what's your take on what's going on at the moment?
I think before things will start to develop on the field, like in the right direction, they need to sort upstairs out. Yeah, someone in here who's got the club's interest in heart as regards taking it forward. It doesn't have to be someone buying it and owning it, like who's got a history of the club or a history in Birmingham or whatnot. It's just someone who actually wants to run it properly.
How much money you got?
I actually spoke to the wife about it, and she flatly says no. So it's not going to be me.
Get her on now. Put her in. Name and shame.
Yeah.
I see the Dong Out protests have gone across the city. So we've had banners outside St Andrews, around the Blue Nose, around the Bull, in the Bull Ring, and is he getting the message, or is he not getting the message that he just simply is not wanted at that football club? What do you reckon, Mark?
I think he must get the message. I mean, he can bury your head in the sand, but not that far. I mean, that, like I say, going back to the playing the other day, I mean, I'm wondering if he has a morbid sort of fascination with it all. I wonder if he does keep an eye on it. Is he that stubborn?
Kev, did you see it, the plane?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, it was down at the Watford game, and it was live on Sky. And as soon as I heard the plane, I knew what was going to happen, right? Because it was that drone, and there's a great big flag behind it, Dong Out, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And Sky News panned to the player, Sky Sports panned to the plane, and then panned straight to his face, and he was looking up at it like that. There's no way he could have got away with it. No way he could have denied not seeing. Not on this.
He probably paid for it himself.
But we need change. We need fundamental, massive change at that football club. Why is it that some rich Sheikh Arab hasn't come in and said, "Oh, this is the name of Birmingham"? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second biggest.
Yeah, there's got to be someone out there for us, like to eventually come in and step in and do it.
I think a name exists.
It's just going to be a long process, like what happened with Newcastle. Like, well, their owner, like he was just stubborn and just dug his heels. And at that point, you genuinely know his best interests aren't for the club. And I think we're at that path now, where it might have seemed like a good idea when he came in at the first, but like now it's like now they're going to hold it out for how much money they want, and if all the debts are settled and the problems that happen out in Asia and so on, like all that needs to be eradicated first before we're going to start moving like in the right direction.
10 years, 10 very long years. And we've not only been doing this show for 10 years, but we've been in the doldrums for 10 years. Is it your fault or my fault, Chris? And the rest
You're cursed.
I know. This is actually our 11th year, Nick, now. So
11th season, yeah.
it's our, No, it's the 11th year. We're just going into the 11th season, yeah. So it's a long time.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Right, okay, let's just catch up on the international scene then, Paul. Bring us up to date on everything that you know.
Yeah, obviously it was always going
Hello.
was always going to be a comfortable win against San Marino. You know, and if I was Harry Kane, I would have wanted to start that game and score 4 or 5 goals, to be honest, because he wants to get, you want to get your goals up, don't you? I'm a big believer in
Rooney's tally.
Say again?
I certainly want him to beat Rooney's tally.
Yeah, I mean, I think there should be a separate award. It's like counting pre-season friendlies in club football, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, and
ridiculous.
For me personally, I think that England's all-time top goal scorer should only be the top goal scorer in the tournaments, World Cup and Euros. You know, the friendlies and the qualifiers to me don't really count, but you know they obviously do count. And if I was Harry Kane, I would have wanted to start that game to get my tally up.
No, I agree with the qualifiers, but not the friendlies.
Even the qualifiers, though, are not the real thing. It's like a pre-season tournament, isn't it? Really, like the Abbey Cup.
You've got to qualify, though, haven't you?
You have, yeah.
Just to stick my nose in, then. So
go on, Kev.
Would you not give him, if it's for a friendly? Then would you not give him a cap? Because you get a cap for a friendly.
A beanie. It's true. Have a beanie.
International beanie.
It's up for debate, isn't it? But I just think that for me, you know, or just have 2 separate awards. Have a top goal scorer in the tournament, and then an all-time overall top goal scorer. You know, you could make it 2 separate things, couldn't you? I just think the person who scores the goals when it matters most in the biggest games, you know, needs to be recognised more than the goal scorer that scored in the friendlies and the qualifiers more. You know, for me, Lineker, Shearer, Michael Owen, Harry Kane now as well after the last World Cup. Yeah. You know, them are the proper England goal scorers for me. You know, and Rooney did score a lot of goals in Euro 2004. He did really well. But, you know, he wasn't the only one, though. You'd expect more from Gerrard, Lampard, and that whole era of players that he was with in the mid-2000s to late 2000s. You'd expect a lot more on paper from that team. But for one reason or another, it never worked out for us. But going back to the last 2 games, it was good to see Jude Bellingham get the second half. I thought he was excellent in the second half against San Marino. Obviously, you'd expect him to be. And then yesterday's game, first half was a bit challenging. I'll say that. I expected us to get at them from the first whistle, and we left it a little bit late. But we got that goal towards the end of the first half, and then we just opened up a little bit. So overall, we got the 2 wins, and Wednesday night's going to be a tougher challenge, even without Lewandowski. We'll see how we get on. I'd expect us to beat them at Wembley, though, to be honest. Yeah. So, but it's an exciting time, though, as an England fan. I think we've got some good players, and I think we've got a better team now than what we had in the last World Cup.
Okay, all right. Let's take Mark.
I'd say, going back to Jude, I know he doesn't play for us anymore, but it was interesting to see Mr. Roy Keane, his comments saying that, he looks a tidy player. And I just get the impression that Jude's profile is rocketing all over Europe, possibly the world. I mean, everyone's sitting up and taking notice, now. We already knew how good he was. And I do genuinely think he will end up at a top team.
Yeah.
I think he will end up at a Barca or who knows. Yeah. He'll never get as good as he did at Blues. But
no, he'll never get into Redditch.
Nah.
On our late web fan cam tonight, we've got the lovely Linda Magda. Linda, tell us what's going on at the Blues Trust lately.
Yeah, well, my job's the membership lead, and I'm trying to boost our membership at the moment. So
we won't do that by sneezing.
Give us your money.
So yeah, £5 a year cheap at half the price. So
I mean,
but we really do need more membership. You get a voting right if it comes to any voting and that. But basically, we don't like the financial position that we're in or that our owners have got us in. We don't like the way things are hidden, where it's like a web, and we're working hard to try and sort that out.
And it is about numbers as well, isn't it? That we do need numbers.
It's the lack of transparency as well. It's just the lack of transparency. Why hasn't Don gone? Why hasn't our owner sort of looked at that? Is there an underlying reason? I don't know. That's my opinion, not not the trusts. But we're concerned about the £100 million that we owe. We're actually sort of looking at ways of, and we're arranging ways that we can step in should we go into administration, which is such a shame should it happen. But if it does, we've got sort of solicitors and accountants on the standby. We've got, paperwork and everything else. And we're sort of working towards that in case it ever does happen. We're trying to communicate with the owners and with Dong in particular. And at the moment, nobody's come back to us, and our emails have sort of gone ignored and our phone calls are not returned. So they're not
terrible.
If they are willing to talk, please get in touch with Blues Trust, because we would like to communicate. And it's not to go against them, it's to work with them to try and organise a way of going forward.
It's nice to know that the trusts are actually, they are in the background, are doing things.
Active,
And they can't publish everything that they're doing.
Of course not. No.
It's no good having everything. It's got to, some of it's got to remain,
of course,
behind the scenes.
It's got to be done right.
It has got to be done right, and it's and we really do need members. We need voting. We've got a few shares that we own in the ground, and if you're a member, you get £1 share, which enables you to.
I've got a share. You've got a share,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sort of quite chuffed to that.
Yeah.
The only problem is, Chris, yours is in the tilt and it's falling down.
Mine's that toilet they took down.
That's all right. I'm reading all this as well, so
we can tell.
Don't worry, Linda, what happened to the asset of community value that we had on the ground?
We've still got it.
Yeah.
We've still got the asset of community value, which I'm pleased to say it was Blues Trust that sort of pushed to get that. And hopefully that should be a little bit harder should they try to get rid of it altogether out of our group. That's the other thing we've got going as well. If somebody does take over, if we do get new owners, we're going to hopefully insist that the ground comes with it.
Who does the ground belong to nowadays?
I think it's. I don't know, to be honest. I can't answer that one.
Not trying to put you on the spot.
It's one of the subsidiaries.
Yeah.
One of the subsidiaries of of our owners. So it's still sort of within the family.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's sort of not actually owned by. I think the ground should be owned by us fans, don't you?
Of course, yeah.
Is there any news on the Cobb and Tilton improvements, remedial works yet? Has anyone heard any more about what's going on with it? Because I'd hate the thought of us being able to go in September and not being able to go because of that.
And not being able to go,
We've got a bit of a statement coming out tomorrow. It's not going to give you any information, but it's the Blues Trust feelings about everything that's going on. So look out on our for our website sort of thing. But there's a possible way in. We don't know yet, but we've got to go through Birmingham Council to try and get a way in to find out exactly what's going on. But we don't know.
Yeah.
We've got a trust of a football club that doesn't know, and I'm not being disrespectful to the trustee, I'm really not. Doesn't it just say something about that football club from top to bottom?
Yeah.
Big volumes, doesn't it?
It says to me that it's rotten to the core.
I was going to say as well, hopefully not to put it off, to put anything on you, Linda, but there's too much that you don't know that you should know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, totally agree. And I mean, and that's what makes it all a little bit. It's as if we're an accessory to them. We're a handbag. Do you know what I mean? To the rich.
Yeah.
And it's as if we're in a handbag, and it doesn't matter if our lining's gone. We still look good from the outside. But
as you say, it's a lack of transparency, is it?
It is,
It
absolutely.
is, yeah. But it's quite refreshing to know you're doing something. That's good.
Yeah. And also about the Blues Academy, I personally am very concerned with comments that was made in December saying that they was going to change from an A to B system.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea. I like the idea of young kids coming into the academy and working their way up and that sort of thing. And then it's all gone quiet about that. And I've got a feeling that something's not right there. So I would like anybody that knows what's going on with the academy to write to me personally or get in touch with info at Blues Trust and just sort of let us know anything that you don't know, because it's our only way of finding out.
Yeah.
And if you struggle on those, just get hold of Chris Brown and send a private message to Chris Brown. And I know you'll keep that confidential, Chris, and I'm sure you'll forward it on to the relevant bodies.
Yeah. I can also reiterate it is only a £5. It's a £5 for a year. There we go.
£20 for 5 years, so you get a year free.
There you go, a year free, and you get a share. You get a share in your club.
How long have you had a season ticket, Linda? How long have you had a season? Yeah.
I've only had one since 2017. I used to have one I had one once in the 1970s, but then when I started work, I always had to work weekends and shifts and that. So, and then I became a mom. So there was a lot of time I didn't get down there, but I just followed them. But now I've had one since 2017, but prior to that, I did go down to the games anyway. But I found Redditch Blues, who's run by Linda Courts, and they're very good. So I jump on a coach, and it just makes it so much easier to get down there now.
I've heard about their coach trips.
Very good.
So, Kev, let's take it back to the beginning, mate. You was at Stockport County, obviously, and around that time, we just signed Ricky Otto for 800,000. And if I'm right, you came in just after, didn't you, for the same money, 800,000 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was about 5 or 6 days after Ricky's deal was done. Yeah, I got confirmation up at Stockport that it was going to happen, but it'd been on and off for quite a while actually, and just basically it kept falling down in certain areas because of Karen being Karen. So that's why it took a while to work itself out.
Yeah, and I guess at Stockport you played with some good players. Didn't you, like Brett Angel and Chris Marsden before he came to us, I'm guessing, is that right?
Yeah. Towards the end bit, I played with Mars. Brett not long after I got there, Brett had moved on.
Oh, okay.
And was doing well. But we had a good side. I mean, it was a young side as well up at Stockport.
Yeah.
I think that the good thing with being there with Danny, God rest his soul, was that there was no interference from off the pitch, in the boardroom or anything like that. There was nothing overhanging him from the chairman. He was just allowed to run the team, as a team, like on and off the field, and in every capacity without anyone putting their finger in. And
then that season that you joined us was just in what is now League One. Obviously, we had the promotion and the auto windscreen shield. It was just a fabulous season, and obviously the following season as well with the old Vickers collar shirt as well. I think you've got it behind you, have you? Is it behind you on your wall?
Which one's on the wall? That's the pony one that's on the wall there. And
okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Flyby one's on the other side as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that one there is the 96-97, isn't it? When Dev was top goal scorer up front with Furlong and Trevor's first season, wasn't it?
Ugh. Moving on.
Moving on. My brother sent a message on the chat box. He's not a very intelligent member of the family because he prefers the other side of the city to the decent side. Do you still have a ground? Answer, yes. Just asking. Or is Cobb going back to the Rico? Answer, yes. Or will the Vile take the city properly? Now that the fact that you've written that, Sunshine, implies that you ain't got the city anyway, okay? It ain't yours. It's called Birmingham. And are we going down? We don't know. We never know. We never know from one year to the next. But all I know is that your scabby, lousy football team shouldn't be in the Premier League because you got a VAR decision. Wow. And, of course, the owners of Sky Sports are all on your side as well, aren't they? Oh, well, and across the the royal family and members of parliament and one thing and another. And if we go down, where do we go from there? I'll tell you where we go, Lee Spall. We keep right on to the end of the road. That's what we do, Sunshine.
Well,
So what are your best memories at Blues then, mate, for the time you was with us? What would you say were your sort of top 3 highlights?
Autoglass, promotion, and just some of the goals that I scored.
Yeah,
I think for me,
Leeds one.
Yeah,
the one against
Leeds
Leeds
for
was
sure
special.
stand out.
Yeah.
The second one against Brentford cost me a lot, but it was worth every penny. And I think just for me personally, just getting back there and getting back home, and because it's like you say, like you live in a dream. It's a schoolboy dream, and I was telling you guys earlier, it was looking down towards town from St Oswald's Road and seeing the glow of the lights, and then getting drawn in, and from then it was just a constant love affair with Birmingham City.
Yeah.
Had trials for them, got rejected by them, and to go full circle and come back and cost them money was sweet. But
I remember that was your first game back after a while, wasn't it? I remember you sort of like shouted that on back in your celebration.
yeah, and it like the injuries just didn't help at all. And I just had a bad catalogue from there, from originally getting the move back, and it just felt like it was always a fight to get back fit. I mean, I'm still like really good friends with Neil McDermott because I spent more time with him than I did with anyone else. But I mean, it's just the way it was. It was the way it was meant to be for me, for getting back there and how my story was going to go. But yeah, wouldn't change anything. Yeah, not the injuries, not having those, but getting back and playing at St Andrews and being part of it and everything like that. I've done it. People dream about it, did it.
Mm. And what was it like? Because you went off, didn't you, in the final when Tatey got the winner, the golden goal? If I remember, what was it like from where you was? Was you sat on the bench when he scored? Can you remember? Yeah,
I was sat on the bench and then I tried to push off to celebrate and went arse over tit because like when Neil got. But it was a fantastic feeling because it's one of those like you dream about going playing in the FA Cup or playing at Wembley when you're a kid and whatnot, and you go and play Wembley in the park with your mates and so on. And then I consider myself fortunate to have got there 4 times.
Yeah,
not many players can say that. I didn't win 4 times, but I got there 4 times. And then it was quite funny actually the day before, and then we're sat in the hotel and Barry turns around and he says like, "I'm thinking of not playing you." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, thanks." He says, "Well," it's like, "you're a bit of a curse because you haven't won there yet, have you?" So I said, well, maybe this is the time to change that. And then like obviously he went with it and started me, and then that was 12, 15 minutes in, that was when I'd done my ACL. So, but just the way it went on.
Yeah.
So did you play in that game, Kev, where we played Wigan on that grass bank on that rainy night?
I don't think I did, no.
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 What year was you with us?
Oh,
95,
yeah.
95, yeah.
I'm sure that was...
That was a night. That was the night game. That was, Nick, wasn't it?
It was a night game.
Yeah, I was there. I tell
you what, Chris.
That was before.
I've never come home to dirty in all my life.
I remember
mate.
it. Yeah, that horrible.
Doing the Congo around the ground and everything.
It was one of those grounds where you could walk all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
It had no stand behind the one goal. It was just, like you said, it was just a grass bank.
That's it. Yeah, horrible, and a horrible little hut right in the corner. Yeah, horrible place.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And who would you say had the biggest influence on your football career?
What, player-wise, manager-wise, or?
Yeah, but bit of both, I suppose. Yeah.
Probably biggest hero at the time for me back then was watching the Blue side that I was watching with Gailey in there and Hopkins and all that lot, and complete bunch of lunatics.
Yeah.
Watching them play. I think one of the biggest things for me as a player is when you get a manager who believes in you, and then he trusts you to get the job done, and he not so much builds a team just around you, but builds a team that can highlight your strengths. And I got that with Danny Bergara at Stockport for sure. And then to an extent, Baz was trying to carry that on. But for me, Danny made me for sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick message to me, brother. Please don't use foul language on our shout box, or else you will be bounced. Do you understand what I mean? And I don't care who you are.
Is it going back to my bill sticker days in Redditch, working the door?
Well, Auntie Linda wants to know if he'd been dropped on his head at birth. No, he went, but he dropped on his head next to Marcy.
We've got absolutely.
Oh dear.
I got loads of questions to get through, Nick.
Yeah, crack on then, Chris, because I can't really see many of them, mate, to be honest with you.
Right, okay. I was on the grass banks as Peter Taylor. Wigan, it was 92, yes.
92 was
it?
It
was early 90s, yeah. It didn't stop peeing down. Does Mark Adams ever take that dressing gown off? No.
No, not ever.
He cannot.
He baths in it, he works in it, he drives in it.
Kevin, you super, come back and play for us with those muscles. You'll knock them out. Did Claridge ever give you any winning tips? Great question.
That's a good question, yeah.
Hey, no, mate. He kept all of his four-legged friends and to himself. He didn't share anything. Like I say, if he shared as much on the pitch off it with his horses, then we'd all have made a bit of money.
What was it like to watching your team, to walking out and having the crowd sing your name? Hetty from Woodcock Days. This is the chap I was talking to you about earlier, Kevin. He's got some embarrassing photographs of you.
Yeah, he does. I was very thin back then.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was phenomenal. I mean, because I'd gone from supporting them, from sneaking into the ground, climbing into the ground, paying into the ground, getting a season ticket, travelling away for them, fighting for them, and then to come full circle, and then to even just playing against Birmingham once that first game we'd done that at the time at Stockport, and scoring and then recognising faces in the crowd. And I think it was the first game when we was at Stockport against Birmingham, and you guys were going up anyway. And then the crowd was just singing Francis is a blue nose, and I'm just running around with this stupid grin on my face. And I think it was after time that Danny told me, he said, you need to concentrate, you actually work for us, you don't work for them. And in the back of my mind I said, I hope I will one day, but there you go. But yeah, I mean, then to come back and have your name sung, and that's what I said, because I've enjoyed everything that I've done, and I give everything 110%. I worked before football, and I knew I was going to work again after football. So to get in and to be able to do it for a living, that just meant everything to me. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that I installed in my girls. I installed in Stacey to enjoy her netball and just play as long as you can.
Nobody ever can eradicate your memories, can they? Not ever.
Yeah, that's it. You did it, and then regardless of people you've upset or people who did or didn't like you, it doesn't matter, because you did it. It's your dream. And then to hear him singing your name, that's even now, it just makes your hair stand up on my arms. Yeah.
And what was your favourite goal that you've ever seen as a fan at Blue?
Seen as a fan?
Yeah, that's from Stephen.
Probably when they won it, when we won the trophy at Wembley. I wasn't playing; I was there as a fan, and just to see. Second, sorry.
No, Carling Cup.
Yeah, just to see that go in, and then as from a fan's perspective, because on the inside, it's like the rest of you just want to see us win something. You want to see us be on Birmingham playing on those stages where we deserve to be, obviously with the right backing, and playing in those games more regular than not. So for me, that going in, and that was worth the flight home and the night out, money spent and everything, just to see us win. And that was one of the first things I said. I can't remember. I think it was probably Colin Tatton. And he says, "Oh, would you ever come back?" I said, "Yeah, when we get to Wembley, I'll be there. Not a problem." Yeah. And then we did. So yeah.
Kev, how often do you get back?
Not as often as I'd like. I haven't been. Last time, unfortunately, I went back was for my mum, to bury my mum. We were supposed to go back last October for Stacey's wedding, but we couldn't do it, because of COVID and what have you. We couldn't fly, so we're supposed to be coming back this October. So obviously, if everything returns back to normal, we're coming back for that. But the plan was to try and get back every 2 or 3 years.
Can you when you come back in October? Can you hold up the Tilton for us?
Can I hold it up,
Mr. Rapp?
You're the only one who can reach the roof.
It's falling down. The place is falling down.
What the hell's going on back there?
Exactly. It's changed a bit.
Yeah. Come back to the late 80s.
Craig Courtney's got a question for you, Kev. He said, can you ask Kevin whether he knew as soon as he struck the ball against Leeds that it was going in?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
What a goal.
Yeah. And then, you get a sense when you're playing and whatnot, when the ball sits up right and don't take that extra touch, just hit it. and as it stepped out in front, and I thought, just get it sweet and keep it down, and it was just rising into. And obviously, I'm starting to wheel away as the ball's already going in.
Yeah.
And like it was just Oh, see, gooses again.
What a moment.
Yeah.
Great
moment.
A lot of people asking about Barry Fry.
Stuart Jones wants to specifically know what's your funniest Barry Fry story.
That you can tell us.
Pretty much one of the best ones was where were we? I think we were at bloody hell. It might have been at Ellen Road in the second leg against Ellen Road. And he's come in to do his team talk and he couldn't remember anyone's names. So he just started pointing at people, telling them where he wanted them to play. He just couldn't remember any names. And I think Ricky and Tate touched on it before. Like when I signed, we had 56 pros.
Oh my
wow.
56 first team pros on the book.
Both making a weekly appearance.
Yeah, once you got. I think we signed your cat as well.
Yeah.
He likes to stroke his pussy now and again.
She comes on once a week for about 10 seconds, and that's it. She's off. Just have a nose.
That's incredible, isn't it? 56 professional players on the book.
That's mad.
Yeah, and so he was. You'd come in on a Monday morning, training Monday morning, and then there'd be someone next to you that wasn't there last week. And then come the following week, he'd be gone again, and then someone else. Like he just, and that's what Baz was good at, was moving players around. And then you never went, even with that many players, you never went a stage without playing a game because like he'd play anyone, absolutely anyone. Like the dog and fox from Reddit's pub will phone up, and he'd send a team. And with 56 players, he could afford to do that.
Yeah,
like you say, he kept you on your toes, like because there's always going to be someone there ready to replace you if you weren't doing it, or even if you were doing it, because Baz had just changed his mind. Yeah, because we used to have like it was. I think if you think about the best times that we used to play, and the best time we used to have ball movement on the park was probably about 10 minutes before half time. Because those are the only 10 minutes Baz could remember when he got in at half time. So if you was one of the last three to make a mistake, you were off.
Yeah.
Literally just walk in and go, you off, you three on, and walk out. Inspiring Baz.
What a character. What a character.
Kept it simple, yeah.
Yeah.
Touch with him, Kev.
No, probably I haven't probably heard from Baz for like about 12 years now.
Yeah. He's still the same.
Whose idea was it to have the vicar collar on the shirt? Was that Baz?
No, to be honest, we never had any input.
No.
We never had any input, like because even then the likes of me and Franny would push, and Tater would push to going back to a Penguin shirt.
Yeah.
Like keep it simple and original, but like it's a marketing thing now. So like with shirts, so it's not. They're designed more to sell than they are like for you to play in.
It was a strange design, wasn't it? It was quite a strange design, really. That was.
Yeah.
Well, many other clubs had that design. I don't think they did. Many other clubs had that. No.
It was very similar. It was very similar to a Rangers shirt, wasn't it, at the time?
Yes.
Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah. Are you, Kev? Are you still in touch with any of those lads from that era?
Yeah, Tatey, Ricky, Lewis fell off the planet, which is no surprise. Who else? Dave Barnett. Got a message from Benno not so long back as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
He was on a few.
Yeah. He's a funny bloke.
Adam
Ian
Wilkes.
Reddington wants to know, Kev, did you ever want to become a manager or a coach? And would you come back if Bowyer offered you a role?
Oh, dear. I'm a good number two. I don't know if I'm going to be a number one as a coach.
I think you were on about a bacon role. I don't think he was on about a position.
I'll do anything for bacon, mate. Jesus. I coach over here. Actually, I coach at the university, and I coach for a local kids team as well. When I finished playing, like I said, I'd worked before, and I thought, I was going to have to work again, and I didn't want to go into coaching, but it was actually Kevin Broadus, who taught me into it, and so I'd done most of my training and my badges with him. But now I see the way the game's changing. And it's not on the pitch, it's not on the pitch where it's changing. It's becoming now more technical. I mean, people walking around with iPads and they're swiping this and that and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then you could tell the real managers they'll have a piece of paper and a pen and they'll write something down, and that's what you'll get at half time for your team talk. You know, the game's not played on an iPad; it's played on a pitch.
Yeah, it's completely changed.
But now I'm looking at winding down. But probably step up and do a little bit more coaching if I could.
What's the scene like over in Canada, football wise?
Football wise, right now it's still developing a lot, a hell of a lot, and because of the vastness of where it is, like trying to sort out some sort of professional league it's never going to happen.
No.
Is it football over there?
Pardon?
Is it football or soccer over there?
It's soccer.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's
I won't say that. It's
football.
football.
Nah, football.
It's always football. You play it with your feet. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't play with your
Exactly
socks,
right.
do you?
Kev, just coming back onto your comment there, mate, about iPads and all that these days. Do you think football's a bit overcomplicated nowadays?
Yes.
What it was back when you played? Yeah.
Yes.
Good question.
It is.
Yeah.
Because like good players will win your games, bad players will cost you games and whatnot. You don't need to work out that on an iPad to realise what where your strengths and your weaknesses are. I mean, so we've just completed now a youth license. So in order to coach tier one boys or girls over here, you need this youth license. So having a UEFA B or UEFA C license doesn't matter because they want you to have their youth license. So once you've got this youth license and we've sat through it and some of the slides and the things they're telling you, and we're just reinventing the wheel, like new names for things like periodization and whatnot. Oh, so you mean a week's plan? Yeah, periodization. No, you mean a training session set out for a week? Well, yeah, that's what I mean, but it's a periodization. No, it was a session plan before it was a periodization. You know what I mean? And then like it's trying to monitor your hours and how much they run and how much they don't run, and like it's completely changed the game.
Yeah,
even from like youth level.
Great shout here from Lee Mason. Does Kev remember when he was playing for Oxford and Blues were away at the Manor Ground, support dead, and it was a goal. Instead, he got his head behind it, powered it over the bar and to the back of the stand. He turned round to us as he started to jog back up the pitch, winked, put his finger to his lips and laughed. Big chorus of Super Kevin Francis started up and his grin could be seen on the pitch. What a memory.
Yeah.
What a memory.
I'd like to say I done that on purpose, but it's probably just a bad miss.
Yeah.
You couldn't possibly, could you? Well, you know the lad that climbed up the floodlights?
Yeah.
Right at the end of the game, he climbed up the floodlights. We're all pointed at him singing, "The Blues are going up, the Blues are going up." And he fell off, broke his leg.
Back down again. It was short-lived.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Quite a few people are saying the feed is a bit bad tonight. We've got feelings there's something wrong with the internet generally. Because what our Zoom is telling us here is that we've got perfect connections. So I don't know what quite is going on. So if you are having a bad feed tonight, awfully sorry about that. There's nothing we can possibly do about it at this end.
No, I've just checked it's fine.
Kevin,
it's fine.
Sorry, Chris.
I'm just checking this end. It's fine. Yeah. There's no frames.
Ask Kevin if he's got any advice for someone who wants to take up coaching from Stephen Gill.
Coaching. The easiest thing to do now is to write to any club. It doesn't have to be your hometown club. Like I'm not going to say them down the street. Like go to Coventry rather than go to Villa. It could be anybody, and then just ask to tag along. Ask them if you can watch sessions, and see how it's done. Rather than like the guys with the iPads, like I said, ask them if you can watch like a real session, a proper session, whether it be at kids level, reserve level, and whatnot. And then you'll get a basis of how things are done, and that's your first starting point. And then getting into somewhere where you can at least start working through your badges, and then like just so you can cut your teeth. I think one of the biggest things that Kevin Broad has told me is that if you can coach women, coach girls, so you can coach anyone.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So like he pushed me to doing my stint at Birmingham City Ladies. And we used to train over in Redditch and whatnot, and then you know what I mean. Once you get over What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Once you get over the hurdles of breaking the game down, and just realizing you're coaching football. You're not coaching women. You're not coaching boys. You're not coaching whatever gender they want to call themselves nowadays. You're coaching football, and if you can make them understand what you're trying to put out onto the pitch, then like that's the first part of your battle won.
Excellent, superb. Steve Portman, big thanks to everybody who's helped and is continuing to help raising funds for little Jake's headstone. It was up around about the 1,500 mark, wasn't it, Chris? I can't remember.
It's well over the 1,000.
So it's certainly over the £1,000 that we hope to raise last week between everybody. And thank you all so very much for that. And I saw also on Facebook a gentleman delivered her a little garden stone as well with Jake's name on it.
Yes,
so
I saw that. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely
lovely
brilliant.
Gesture.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely gesture. Andrew Cash says Lee Spall doesn't make it. This doesn't make any sense. He never made any sense, Andrew. Don't worry about it. Just ignore him. He's just in the background. Yeah. He can't read properly. He can't write. You know what I mean?
No, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he supports one of the poorer suburbs of Birmingham, doesn't he? So there you
go. Oh dear.
Oh God, I missed that. Funny story for you. He's got.
Go on.
It was when I was still on the street. And then there was. I'm just driving a police car. A guy cuts me off, and like ramps to come off the freeway that we're on. And just at the corner of my eye, I just said V. I seen a V, and I thought none of our plates start with a V, so I pulled off to follow it. And it was V1 1111, V1 LL like 4. Oh, this guy's getting a ticket for sure, mate.
Well done.
Even if I have to make it up, he's getting a ticket. Yeah.
Well done.
Brilliant. So yeah, unfortunately, they're everywhere, mate.
Yeah. Well, you can't help it.
Yeah.
They do breed a lot. They do breed a lot.
We embrace our joys and sorrows. We're not there just for the Premier League. We're blue for life.
That's
Stevie Portman. Well done, Steve. Yeah. And Jason McDonough says it's 20 quid every time you say the V word on here.
We're sending the bill.
Do you want to do the who?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I could do. Oh, hang on.
What we do now, Kev, we've got an ex-player who's going to be talking, and we've got to try and guess who it is. And I'll give you a clue. You played with him.
Oh God.
So if you think you know who it is, tell us the first letter of his surname, and then we'll let our viewers see if they can get it.
Oh.
Is this the one that we should have played last week, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
We was going to play this. We was going to play this to Tatey last week, but he got a little bit. Time just got away from us.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is the right one because I haven't numbered them. Here we go, though.
It's been absolutely fine for last season. Everything's going fine, and I'm training hard on it every day, and it's just a normal need for me now. I don't really think about it.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard.
Oh my.
Again?
Here we go.
Again.
It's been absolutely fine for last season. Everything's going fine, and I'm training hard on it every day, and it's just a normal need for me now. I don't really think about it.
So it's somebody who's had a knee injury.
Hunty.
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Good guy. Just batted out, didn't I?
You know what? I've actually forgotten myself. I edited it as well. Yeah. Ben Foster says Andrew Cash.
Ben Foster said Andrew Cash, right?
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Cash said Ben Foster. No,
Andy said
Andrew
Ben
Cash.
Foster.
Yeah.
So Kev played with him. That's the clue. Kev played with him, so definitely not Ben Foster.
Michael Wood says it could be any one of 56.
He could be.
Well, 55 because Kev's here with us.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Jonathan Hunt says
Nope.
Michael Woods.
Nope.
I just said that, Mikey. Stop jumping on the bandwagon.
It's not Gary Cooper. It's not Gary Cooper. It's Paul McCarthy.
Yeah.
Should we do it once more, Chris? One more?
Here we go.
It's been absolutely fine for last season. Everything's going fine, and I'm training hard on it every day, and it's just a normal need for me now. I don't really think about it.
Oh man.
Not easy. Not
So
easy.
how many out of that 56 had a knee issue?
Probably all of us.
Everybody else. Dave Barmond Dave Barnett, Andy Saville.
No.
Gary Paul. No, we said that, haven't we?
No.
Yeah. No. Ooh, so this is stumping every. Mark Ward.
Once more. Hold on. What do you want? Oh, is his surname begin with S?
No.
Oh man.
Oh man.
You're just saying no. We probably guessed it first time.
Nobody's got it yet, from what I can see.
No, it's not Pesh. It's not Bart Grimlick. Dean Peer.
No.
No one's going to get it.
Oh, it's a good one this week, isn't it? I like giving it.
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing a few easy ones, haven't we? Really, last few weeks. So
making up for it now.
Yeah, give them a bit of a tough time. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think any of them have been got first time. Have they?
No. This one is quite hard. Paul Furlong, Paul Marden.
No.
Good question. Martin says, how did Kev go from being a footballer to a policeman over in Canada? Tell us that story, Kev.
I just saw the size of him. Sign him up.
Yeah, he'll do.
It was like I said, my best mate from from old school, even Dave Bailey. His name is one of like 9. They're like these little Russian dolls. His mum and dad just kept popping them out. So Dave was on West Mids, best man at my wedding, best man at his wedding, and then he originally moved to Calgary first. So once he got on with West Mids, he said it was his kind of dream to move across and become a Mountie, like out here, or join the police out here. So when I eventually got the opportunity to move across here, we jumped at it. But it wasn't to join the police. It was just as a fresh start. So it was originally truck driving that got me across on the provincial nominee program that I was on, and then I was on bound to do that for 2 years, and then like apply for citizenship, residency and citizenship, which we done, and then so I was only living around the corner from Dave anyway, and then he just kept banging on about it being the best job in the world, and like everyone should do it at least once, sort of thing. Like it was a big one for giving stuff back to the community and so on. So, but I told him I'd had the best job in the world, mate. There's nothing that's going to top what I'd done for the best part of 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
So, and then he literally, every time I see him, kept harping on about it. So I said, all right, I said, set me up a ride along. I said, I'll come and do a shift with you, see what it's like, and we'll take it from there. And the shift that I'd done with him was absolutely fantastic. And that was it. And I thought, well, I'll apply and see what happens. So when I eventually started classes, I was 40. So it was on my 40th birthday, I started classes. And I wasn't a big one for sitting down in education and school and whatnot. But once you suddenly find something that you enjoy, it just becomes easy, it becomes natural. Mm-hmm. So going through classes was a breeze. It was easy. And then, like I say, what are we doing now? So 13 years now I've been on. Really? And love it. Absolutely love it.
So
the good thing is,
how big is your area? What area do you cover? Because I mean, I know Canada's a massive place.
Yeah. So so Calgary, well, you can stick England in Alberta and shake it around. Okay. So we're probably like still dealing with the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than Birmingham.
Right.
And then it's split up into 8 districts, and then like you get put into one district. But now I've moved from that now, and I work for Calgary Police Service, and I work for Alert. So Alert is Alberta Law Enforcement Response Team. So we go anywhere north, south, east, and west. So it could be, like I said, the phone. That's why I keep looking down. The phone could go off and say, like, if your bag's packed, so we're off to Kelowna.
Right.
And we're gone.
And you get to wear one of them funny hats?
No, mate, I don't wear a uniform anymore.
I feel let down. I feel let down.
So now they used to wear like the beaver ones they don't do anymore, which is a bit sad because everyone did want them for over winter. But yeah, you can wear over summertime. You can wear a Stetson. You can wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I'd wear that all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and then like for Stampede as well, which is 10 days of debauchery. Like everyone wears their Stetson hat.
Right. Okay.
Have you ever been, Kev? Have you ever been recognised while you've been out and about
A couple of times, yeah.
by Blues fans or just football fans in general?
By Blues fans. One guy who actually was on holiday, and it was at Stampede, and I was actually doing an extra duty at Stampede, and he kind of done the double take thing, and I'm like, well, I either know him from coaching or from a bar or somewhere, and it was like, no, he was on holiday with his family.
Wow.
As he's walking past. I think so.
Explain to us Brits what the Stampede is.
Yeah.
So basically, it's 10 days of bull riding, horse riding, wagon races, and downtown there's Stampede Park, and they'll set up a fair there. So it's just huge, and it runs every day from 9:30 in the morning till about midnight. Ends up every night with fireworks and so on. Literally all the bars downtown they'll get licensed to spill out onto the street. So there'll be straw bales everywhere. They'll build fences, and it just turns into an old-fashioned Western town for 10 days.
Right.
How about you?
Okay.
And that's everyone's excuse when you pick them up for being drunk in the middle of the street. Well, it's Stampede. So it doesn't negate you from doing the right thing, but it's Stampede. No, it doesn't matter if it's Stampede, mate. You can't urinate on that car. It's not on.
You must
Tell them we do cheese rolling.
Pardon?
Tell them we do cheese rolling. We roll cheese down hills. Yeah?
Cheese rolling. Yeah. No, I don't think I will, actually.
How many times do you get stopped and people go, oh, I love your accent?
A lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A lot. It's a good one in the bars.
It's got to be a puller.
Yeah. From the accent, isn't it?
Is there different accents with Canadians, Kev? Obviously our accent's different to, say, Wolverhampton or Liverpool. Is it the same in Canada? Or could you tell, the difference between areas?
Further afield, you can, yeah. It's a lot different. So, their nearest rivalry here is Edmonton, but that's still 2.5, 3 hours away, by car. And Edmontonians, to me, sound exactly the same as Calgarians do.
Yeah.
But Newfie sounds like kind of Irish in a way. Ontario sounds different. Obviously, Quebec, they think they speak French, but they don't.
Yeah.
So, here on locals, like you say, you can. I mean, I've told people you can get on a bus. We used to actually get on the 57, go from here to Coventry, from Birmingham to Coventry, and within 20 minutes they're talking complete nonsense.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we can't understand.
Yeah.
No.
No, language is the same.
Yeah. We've got a special comment for you here, Kev. A certain Paul Devlin is asking, how you going, big man? That's Paul Devlin.
I'm doing well, mate. Tell him I haven't forgotten him. It's a little sneak preview. He's in my 11.
Only just
I remember you starting up front with him against Stevenage in the cup when you played against that centre back with the bandana on. Remember?
Oh, that's Sojo, whatever his name was. Yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it was his big thing. He used to say it was for religious reasons why he wore it. I don't know why. And then me and Dev just kept tugging on it, and he was losing his shit. Dev's he just totally put him off his game. So he's running around trying to kick Dev as opposed to trying to stop him from scoring.
Yeah.
Do you have your Blues sort of paraphernalia in the office and stuff? You got your Blues mug and all that lot, or do the colleagues ever ask about it?
They do, yeah. It's a good one for the boys who are down coaching and whatnot, because more often than not, depending on what team I've got, we'll do a barbecue and stuff, and I'll have them over, and then we'll either set up a game on the big screen downstairs and tell them to go down and watch it, but don't tell them what's here. And then eventually, you'll hear silence, they're not watching anything because they're busy reading all the posters and looking at the shirts and what have you.
And then they're disappointed when they see it's Birmingham City.
Well, now we're on the map. They all know Birmingham City are, but then they just take the piss because they're we're third from bottom.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Chris Brown.
The Iron Blues Trust.
I'll make them all donate.
Yeah.
Cool.
A fiver.
Chris Brown.
Yes, Nicholas?
In 11 years, that's the 5th swear word we've ever had on the show, and 2 of them have come tonight.
I know.
No, never mind. Should we do it once more, Chris? Oh
yeah, come on.
Dev's played with him. Dev's played with him as well, so he might know who it is.
All right, here we go.
It's been absolutely fine for last season. Everything's going fine, and I'm training hard on it every day, and it's just a normal need for me now. I don't really think about it.
It's not a Birmingham accent.
No.
It's more southern, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll give a clue. I'll give another clue. His son is playing now.
His what?
His son
His son's
is playing now.
His son's playing now.
Yeah.
Right.
With F. His last name begin with F.
No.
Oh, okay, not him then.
Adam Wilkes just says, sorry if it's been covered, but has Kev ever ice hockey? What's funny about that?
Hell no.
What about basketball?
Hell no.
I
I don't get it. I don't get ice hockey.
No,
I don't.
nor me.
And I've been to games. I've policed the games, and like the biggest shoe of the night is when two of them start fighting. That's it.
Yeah, I quite like it when they get bashed up
And then
against
like
the side.
you're trying to make them understand the gravity and like of a Blues Villa game. The build up for a month before the game even starts.
Well, the build-up starts when the fixture list is released, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's when the
But
build-up
where-
starts. That minute in June, when that fixture, that's the first thing you look for. Don't care about who we're starting, who we're finishing. The first games you look for is when we got them at home.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
know it'll be moved.
But
And they call it like the Alberta Brawl between here and Edmonton. But like, and then so you're turning up at the game, but there's no Edmonton fans because no one's going to travel 3.5 hours on a drive to watch a hockey game.
Yes. Yeah. Got to say,
Whereas,
well
like-
done to Anthony. Sorry, Kev.
No, go ahead.
Go on, Paul.
We'd
Well
travel
done.
3.5 hours.
Yeah. Paul,
Just going to say, well done to Anthony Garvey, who's got the ooh.
has he? Oh, right, okay.
So it was Paul Barnes.
Paul Barnes.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and obviously his son is playing for Leicester now, isn't he? Harvey Barnes, who's a damn good player as well. So
Harvey
good player,
Barnes,
very good player.
He's a
thanks after his mum then.
He's a good player.
Well, there's another one I wouldn't have got.
No, I wouldn't have. No. I
Not
edited
even
it.
with voice recognition, I wouldn't have got that one.
I completely forgot. I'm useless. Do we need to go towards the 1 to 11? Because we're
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So, go on, Paul.
Okay, yep. So, Kev, we obviously asked you to pick your best 11 from the players you played with for us. Was this difficult? Did it take a bit of time?
To be honest, no.
No?
No, it was pretty easy to put together, based on me being a fan and what I feel the club needs and what would take the club forward and the spirit that they play in. That was it. It was dogs of war, mate.
Okay, yeah,
But
good start.
your sleeves and
So-
just yeah.
So you're playing 4-4-2?
Yeah.
4-4-2, then far away. Give it to us then. Let's go.
Obviously, Benno in goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Franey at right back. Mr. Dependable. Coops, great left foot, left back. Twin Towers at the back of Dacey and Barney. And I think
It's a rock.
I've played against them both individually, but never together, thank God.
Yeah.
I think Dacey was still at Cambridge, I think, when I played against him there. Nutmegged him, rounded him, and scored as well. So I'd like to remind him of that fact. In the middle, so if Dacey and Barney didn't get it, then Shearer and Tatey would.
Yeah.
And then right side, Louis, left side, Ricky, and then Cleggy and Devs up top.
What a team.
Yeah, I love that team.
There's a brick
Yeah.
wall. There's a brick wall there, isn't there, to get through?
Yeah. And that's to see, it's
I wouldn't have fancied. Yeah. I wouldn't have fancied facing Daesh and Barney myself. You know, it must have been hard for anybody running at them pair.
yeah. And then the thing was a couple of big units, but they can shift as well. They're both with a decent pace about them. From the defensive standpoint, like for energy, like Shears and Tatey up and down, like all day, like and like fantastic set alongst Tatey, which is surprising for how he lived most of his life. And then like Louis on fire when he's on form, back cross of the ball, and Ricky's always going to give you that something special.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great team. That's a great team.
Cleggy, energy, Devs, goals. That was it, and it's that sort of team that's gonna, like I say, it's gonna fight for you and give you like 110% and won't roll over.
Yeah.
Whereas that's a lot of that's instilled from the management, and that's Baz's eye. That's what he sees. This is the 11 that he sees to stop people from playing, and then they can go out and score goals. And
Yeah.
so,
And who was the best player you played with? Would you say
best player? Oh, okay.
Debs is listening. Just mind you.
Yeah, Devs is listening.
Oh, it's got to be Debs then. No, Tate is going to phone up, isn't he?
Yeah, I will be listening as well. Yeah,
yeah.
he'll be watching that. Yeah.
Barney's going to start messaging me any second as well. too many to choose from, mate.
Yeah. You are sport for choice, aren't you? We had some great players back then. Really good squad of players
fantastic.
we had.
Yeah. I need to get this question in because Adam's he's tried twice to get this question in.
Yeah, I was about to do that.
Oh, was okay. Adam says, if you broke down at the side of the road and had one phone call to any of your ex-teammates for help, who is most likely to answer and who is most likely to reject the call? What a great question.
That's brilliant.
What a great question.
Adam's been up all week thinking of that.
I know. Question of the night, that is.
Oh.
We should do that.
Probably, I think Tatey would take the call for sure. He wouldn't turn up, but he'd take the call.
No.
Who did he
reject it? Oh, buddy Louis probably would reject it.
Yeah.
He's always thinking people are chasing him, so he wouldn't answer the phone.
Nobody's going to catch him, are they? He was rapid, wasn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Just going back to your 1 to 11, Kev, who would be captain and who would be the manager?
Oh, Daishi, captain.
Yeah.
For sure. And then Trevor.
Yeah.
Because no one would listen to him.
A lot of players had a turbulent time with Trevor, didn't they?
Just a little bit. No, Baz would be my manager. I mean, with regards to Trev, it was like, it's not going to upset anyone if I say it.
No.
So
say what you want.
He came in, got the job, obviously, like to let Baz go. He came in, and then I don't think he actually brought any players in that done us any harm, like Mike Newells and Chrissy White and
Brucey.
and so on. Yeah, and Bruce as well. He didn't bring anyone that done us any harm. He kind of raised the profile of the club a little bit more after what Baz had done, and then we should have kicked on from there, but unfortunately we didn't. But for some reason, this wasn't his cup of tea. That's fine. I understand that. But his first words to me were, there's only ever going to be one Francis at this club.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were those his words? He said. He actually
Yeah.
said that.
You know what you should have done, don't you? You should have gone, there is, kid, there is.
Yeah.
I was like, I just looked at him and went, okay, and just didn't say anything else. And I think it was first home game. I've done the preseason, that first home game that we had. So if we're all there, didn't put me in, fine, not a problem. And then all the families there, turns out. So like, message the missus, says like, oh, I'm not playing, so I'll come down and see you in the lounge in a bit before I go back and sit with the boys. And she said, okay, fine, no problem. She said, I'm just talking to like another Sharon Francis. And I'm like, what? And she says, yeah. I said, like, she couldn't get in. So it turns out, obviously, Trevor's missus' name was Sharon. My name was Sharon. So Shaz has turned up, obviously, showed her a pass, she's in, they let her in. Trevor's missus turns up, they wouldn't let her in.
Oh.
So they're like, so you might be She said, yeah, so, but I'm Sharon Francis, like, I'm Mrs. Francis. Like, I said, no, Mrs. Francis has just gone in. And then she's like, no. She's like, I'm Trevor's wife. Oh, you're Kev's wife? You're Trevor's wife? And they wouldn't let her in. So eventually someone smoothed it down for her. So she went on a hunt to try and find out where Sharon was. And they got on well, they were fine, like, but he was just
Devs has just said Stockport away, dropped me and Kev, and we both came on and scored to save a point. That's from Dev.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. That's the best way to respond to any sort of criticism or anyone who doubts you, is to put the ball in the back of the net. And I remember me and Dev just warming up that, and we said like this could turn out really bad for him. And then, so we just once we got on, it was everything. I'd look to see where he was, try and find him. If he was on the ball and he got anywhere outside the 18-yard box, I'd hit the box because I knew it was coming in. And then, like I said, we're playing with someone like Dev. Like you know what his mindset is, and your first mindset is, can I score? And then if he can't score, can my teammate score? If our teammate can't score, let's keep the ball. So making runs, playing for someone like that, and someone like Tatey behind you as well, and Louis and Ricky, it made the game easy. You just had to be there on the delivery. But yeah, no, it wasn't just me. Like he could have been a lot more decent to Dev as well, definitely. But we were Baz's boys, we weren't his.
Yeah.
Saying that though, Kev, a lot of players did, your Grangers, Jonos, and I'm trying to think of more. I think Granger and Jono and Benno as well were probably the longest standing, weren't they, after?
Yeah. Yeah, they held their own in there, and rightly so, to be fair, rightly so, with all of them that were in. But it comes to a point where, like, even as stubborn as he might want to be, there's certain players that he can't leave out. There's certain players that he needs to, that are growing and developing and going to be strong within the team. And definitely Grange is one of them. And that just made it harder for him. Jono as well, like, and the same sort of thing. He wasn't quite sure with Jono, and then like when we play Chrissy White instead, and then put Jono in, and then swap him in Grange, and then he kept saying, "Oh, he's not big enough for a centre half," and like. But Jono was another one who's like greased lightning. Like there wasn't many people out.
Yeah,
and that's what was a tough one between Grange and Coops to put him in. But like, I first met Grange at Stockport home against Brentford, and probably not long into the start of the season, he must have been injured or something because he was on the bench. And we always started with me right outside, wide left. Ball would get played back to the midfielder, and he'd just sort of drop it on the fullback's head. So as we're sitting there, like waiting to kick off, and I hear his voice, Francis. I'm like, ignore it. Francis! Like, so I half turn around, there's Granger there, and it's like, see him? He's going to smash you. He says like that. Him, and like pointing at their right back, he's like, he's going to smash you, Francis. I'm all right, okay. Normal kick off, ball's played over the top, and then hung it up, and I've seen him coming, and I've just gone up first. Bosh, he went bang, rolled off the pitch, onto the side, rolled off the pitch, and sit on the floor and just didn't move that. And so the ball went out for a throw in for them, so I just kind of jogged backwards a bit. So I'm never with the bench. I looked over at Grange and said, "Have you got another one? That one's broken."
When we had Brian Hughes on, Kev, he told us how much he regretted nutmegging you and saying nuts to you as well just after he signed. He said that you put him up, you sent him flying in the sky as well after he did that to you. You remember that?
It wasn't a lot to Hughes, to be fair. Pretty small lad.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, it's in training, and that you get a chance to get your own back and whatnot, but then Hughes is starting to go like that, and I'm starting to level out, sort of thing. But at the end of the day, like, if I can catch it, I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah, because back then I'd imagine it's probably the same nowadays. I don't know, but it must have been competitive even against your own teammates, wasn't it? On the training, in the practice matches and everything. Yeah,
training was, we trained like we played. That's one thing we definitely did do.
Yeah,
there'd be like many a time it'd be like, even like to the point of pushing and shoving, and people telling people they have to calm down and whatnot. And but it's, I think that kind of stemmed from the people that Baz brought in and the mentality that they had. And it wasn't just games he wanted to do. He wanted to win games in training. And that carried over onto the pitch in training sessions, sometimes for the wrong reasons. People are coming to blows, but for 90 minutes, when you put the blue shirt on a match day, you know what I mean? Them 10 guys behind you were your brothers, and you'd do anything for them.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Some great stories there, kid. Right, okay, we're just going to pop back to the international scene for a couple of minutes. Mark, what do you reckon the score is going to be on Wednesday?
I don't think it'll be an exciting game. I think we'll win. I'm going to go 1-0.
What about you, Linda?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to go 2-1
2-1 to England.
to England. Yeah,
Paul?
of course.
I'll go 2-0 to England.
Chris Brown.
Who are they playing?
Poland.
Poland. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. I'll go 2-0 England.
England 2-0. And Kev?
Yeah, I'll give it 2-0, but with a slightly better performance than the one yesterday. I think they're going to be a little bit more adventurous.
I think we need a better performance, really, because what we don't want is this. I don't know. It's like we get through all the qualifiers, we do so well, and then all of a sudden we get into the competitions, and then boom, right, you're back home before you know it. You know, your plane engine hasn't even stopped turning sometimes. I'm going to go 1-1. An optimistic draw. There you go. 1-1. Is there anybody else I've missed out?
No.
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 The audience.
I don't know whether to do the last 15 minutes or not yet because I'm still hurting.
Oh no. We've only got 11 minutes left. So.
11 minutes left. Thank God for that, Chris. I would. I'd love to, but you know what? Once I start laughing, I just can't stop, and
I'll stop.
the pain just sears through my body. To be perfectly honest with you, so yeah, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Can I just say, Nick? Just a quick mention of Frank Worthington.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
The one that's really sad news when I heard about old Frank.
It's been a horrible week again, hasn't it? We've had Peter Lorimer, Frankie Worthington. I mean, look, you know what, Mark, you're not as advantageous as I am and as Chris is to have been able to have seen that player perform. That goal that he scored, I think it was for Bolton, I think it was.
He was, yeah. We flicked it back and then
over the flick. And then, you know what? That was the magic of Frank Worthington. And he brought that to St Andrews. And you know what? We were so blessed at that time, Chris, to be able to witness that kind of a flair style player at our club. What great times that
fantastic,
were. You know, Wow. And there'd be 40,000 there, wouldn't there?
Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting him twice as well. So
I know I saw your photograph with him.
Yeah, I also met him. I met him in the Grapes. I don't know if many of you can remember the Grapes, which was a haunting town opposite New.
That was a fine place to go to, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I still, he was there after a game in the Grapes having a pint, and I remember being with a friend of mine. He walked up to him and says, "Frankie, I love your balls."
Okay.
He'd got everything. He'd got the looks, he'd got the hair, he'd got the flair.
Elvis.
You know, and you know, so nice of his daughter to put some lovely messages on there.
About her dad
the other day, Kim. Yeah, lovely lady.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, as Birmingham City fans and as football fans. And Leicester City, of course, they'll be mourning his loss as well. It's just such an icon, an absolute icon of the game. And you can't, you know what, you can't say anymore, can you? When somebody's hit that level, right, that iconic level, you're just going to be remembered forever.
Yeah, and that goal, that Bolton goal, will be remembered forever.
I was watching it.
Watch it, and you want to watch it again. It's one of them. You want to watch it again and again. And
I want to be able to do that.
No.
Do you know what really irritated me though when they announced it on Sky Sports? Ex-Bolton, Leicester, and you know whoever else striker. Anybody bar us, you know.
We didn't get a mention.
Kev, you'd be ex-Oxford and Stockport striker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they mentioned you.
Just saying that, I think one of the things that you guys don't see that we see over here as regards Birmingham is somebody somewhere has upset somebody that's got a lot of money and a lot of clout as regards TV and rights, because we will go from showing 3-4 games in concession of Birmingham City games to nothing.
Well, you know what?
Not even highlights.
Did you know that the top gappers in Sky Sports all support the team across the city?
Oh, that's not surprising, is it?
There you go.
But obviously over here, obviously we do everything on the zone and whatnot, and then so you will eventually get games, but obviously they still need to stream them from somewhere else, and we'll go through sessions months when it's like nothing.
We just have two in succession. Two in succession.
My father-in-law phoned up and said, "Oh, did you watch the game?" I'm like, "No, we didn't get it."
Yeah.
But then when they're on Sky, you can't watch it on Blues TV anyway. Well, you can abroad.
Yeah,
we can't in the UK. I mean, what more would benefit the club than saying, well, okay, look, it's on Sky, lads, but we'll do this one for £8 a game instead of the tenner.
Yeah.
No, there's no thought, is there? There's no. I don't know. Probably Sky have got it all contracted up and one thing or another. It's a vile institution. I don't subscribe to it. I don't pay Sky TV 1 penny of my money, not ever.
Well, I haven't got the out and out right.
That's only because you're tight.
You what, Chris?
That's only because you're tight. Craig wants to know: is that a Blues badge that you've got on, Kev?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah,
it is. It doesn't go anywhere. 2 things I never leave the house without. One of them holds 15 pieces of lead and my badge.
That's fantastic. That's
Love it,
great.
mate. Love it.
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah.
I got a Barbara, mate.
And then
There's mine.
Say goosebumps.
That's handmade. There's only 5 of them in the whole world.
Goosebumps. Fantastic.
Handmade.
Oh, yeah, I can say that. Absolutely brilliant.
Never leave home without.
Somebody asked earlier, Kev, if you've got a Blues TV subscription, if you watch much of us nowadays.
Well, like I was saying earlier, cause that's what I got the zone out here because you can watch anything anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
It's got last year was terrible. We couldn't get anything.
Yeah.
But now, I can get it. I can get it all on the zone and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
But then you end up start shouting and swearing the laps off. It's it's not pretty.
No, it's not good, is it?
No.
And Siobhan says, Kev, can't you come over and remove Dong from the club for us, please? We need somebody like you to escort him out.
Yeah. Put him under your arm.
Yeah. Let's pick him up with one hand.
Yeah, when you say you're open to come over, is it October?
Yeah,
If you come over in October, meet us all down in Bar 8.
definitely.
At the bottom of the steps there, meet us all downstairs in Bar 8, mate. And we'd love to have a little reception with Super Kevin Francis. We'll all have a selfie, but we'll all have to be looking up.
As you do.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed when I'm coming over.
Yes, superb, mate.
Sooner, but it's definitely for the kids' wedding in October. So,
Brilliant.
touch wood. That's the plan.
Kev, is your daughter still playing netball in Australia?
Yeah, she went back. When did she go back? So she just out of quarantine. So she went back end of Feb. So it's her last year. Her last year with fever, and then she's coming back, and then she's going to be with her partner who coaches. She coaches in Loughborough Lightning.
Oh, okay.
It's a big thing over there, then.
Well, yeah, and that's the funny thing because back to Sky again. Oh, there's no money in it. There's no money in it, and they're televising games, but they're not playing the girls. How does that work? And, you get balloon payments and whatnot from Sky for getting relegated.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me you can televise games, but you can't play the women that are playing in the games. Another one for you. But yeah, she's been in Perth for last 3 years now, 4 years. Loves it. She's doing well.
Did you go over there to see her?
Yeah, we do. Absolutely beautiful. So she retired from England probably 3 years ago, and I talked her back in. I said, if they're calling you up, go and play.
Yeah.
Listen, while you got it in you might as well go and do it, because then all of a sudden, kid, you know what? You become mine age and even worse, Chris's age, and you just can't do it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Can't do. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. or even Linda's age.
Oh no!
There you go.
No, I'm not about Linda.
Which Linda we're talking about?
No,
now,
not the one here. No, never.
Oh, not our Blues Trust Linda.
No.
Oh, no.
Would I ever?
We're talking about Auntie Linda.
How long's that flight, Kev, from Canada to Australia?
That's you're looking at 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
No.
There's no direct either. So you got to go from here to Toronto and touch down again, or from here to Texas, and then from Texas on to Perth. Texas, here, Texas, Sydney, and then Sydney, Perth, and Sydney, Perth is 6 hours.
Wow.
So yeah,
It's just a stupid size for a country, isn't it? Australia.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, we need
that's the same when she has away games. They're gone for a week.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never
I've been known to do that myself. I've been known to do that myself in my younger days. Yeah.
Couldn't do any more, could you, Chris?
No, but no. Semi-final.
Quick story for you. So, I'm sat in the hospital, where the boys are playing away. It's promotion. Need to win to get promotion. So I'm due to go down for surgery at, I think it was something like 3 o'clock. So I'm talking to the surgeon, trying to put it off because I want to listen to the game. So, long story short, like he put off the surgery to the last minute. Like we scored, I think Tatey scored. Like we won, Blues were promoted. So I went to sleep counting how much money that I just earned by like not even being there. It was probably like 3 days. 3 days later, like Louis turns up at the hospital. Still got his club tracksuit on and whatnot. So, oh, you're going to a function, going to a do? He said, no. He said, like, I haven't been home. I'm like, no, it's been 4 days, mate. He says, yeah, I know. He said, I just got like, he said, I put a week's worth of clothes in the back of my car. He said, so whenever I stop, I'll shower, change. He says, and I put another set of clothes on. And I said, so look at my phone and there's like missed calls from his missus and whatnot, like wanting to know where Louis is. That's Louis.
Yeah, man. Is there any
All right,
good pranks you can tell us about?
Almost out of time, guys. Linda, have you got a special memory of Kevin or anything that you want to ask him or say to him before he goes?
No, I think I asked about the vicar shirt. I thought to get off the curse of Barry Fry. Well, was you there when he actually went and peed in the corners?
Yeah. He wanted a contribution from everyone.
No.
Yeah.
Did you oblige?
Did you offer?
No, I didn't oblige. No.
Oh, we need to go around Blues v Swansea, don't we?
We need to what? Sorry?
Blues v Swansea.
Yeah.
Blues v Swansea.
Friday night.
Of course, it's this Friday, isn't it? Yeah, this Friday. Of course it is. Of course it is. Sorry, my apologies for that, ladies and gents. Right, I'm going to give you my prediction first. 2-2.
2-2 says Nick. Oh.
I'll go for 1-0 to us.
Brownie.
I'm going to go for 1-0 as well. I fancy a 1.
Mark.
Friday's my birthday, so I'm going to say a 2-1 win.
Woo! Happy birthday to you. Linda.
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win as well because it's my birthday Thursday.
Whoa!
Thursday.
Happy birthday.
Many happy returns for Thursday and Friday, Mark.
21 again.
And Kev, what do you reckon? Birmingham versus Swansea.
It's not my birthday, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win.
It's my birthday, Christmas Day. I've never told anybody
for
that.
God's sake.
It's mine Easter.
You sound about as forgetful as Tatey.
Well, I tell you what, I can't believe where the time's gone. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Linda, on our fan cam this week, thank you so much for joining in with us, being part of the show. Thanks for giving us all the info on the Blues Trust. Keep up the good work.
Can I just thank everybody that has joined?
Yes.
I just want to thank everybody that has joined over the few months and that's been with us a long time as well. We really do appreciate it.
I'll tell you what you want to thank, love.
You
want to thank all the people that are going to join tomorrow.
Yes.
And
tonight. It's a fiver. It's a fiver.
20 quid for 5
How
years.
much is it?
You got
A
for 20
fiver. You can't get a packet of fags for that.
You could save our club.
Yes. You can have a piece of the club for a fiver. Crikey.
So from our lovely
Thank
Linda
you.
Magno, good night. God bless. Take care.
Thank you very much.
And from Chris Brown.
Good evening. Good night.
And Mark Adams.
Good night, all. Stay safe.
And Paul Hipkiss.
Good night, all. Keep right on.
And from myself, good night. God bless. Take care. Enjoy the game on Wednesday. Enjoy the game on Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, he's a ledge. And there has only been one Francis on the Tilton Talk Show. One Francis. Kevin Francis, thanks ever so much for joining us. You were an absolute legend while you were with us. My best memory of you is that humongous smile as you were running back up the pitch and everybody roaring. Super Kevin Francis. Great days, great memories. Thank you so much, and thanks for being a part of it, Kev. And thanks for being a part of this tonight as well.
No problem. Thanks for the invite. Anytime.
Oh, mate, it's been superb. And I can't wait till October. Really meet you. And I want to shake your hand.
We're off screen now. Cheers, everybody.
I'm only 2'6". Kevin Francis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, cheers.
Thank you.